it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast,
Where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
with trap beats playing in the background. Y'all missed us.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, nope, still on episode 52.
Back to add chaos into your lives.
Right. So, hey y'all.
How y'all been? How's your summer been?
Let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Well, jumping right into the news this week, because I'm sure we'll probably talk about that later, huh?
Talk about what?
The break.
Yeah.
Okay, so jumping into the news this week, none of it is happy. So, and we also, we missed a lot. I have no recollection of how long the break was, or when we stopped, because the last episode we put out was one that was supposed to go out earlier and whatever. So it actually ended up the 325 one.
Right.
So that's why it's I don't even remember when we went on the break. Anyway, so we're going to be catching up on stuff. Some of the stuff I actually had from before we left. First, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Gary Karr, who passed away when we were on a break. Gary Karr was a bass player. He founded the International Society of Bassists and was just a really he's just a very important figure, in the bass world. I feel like this new era of virtuosic bass playing in the last 50 years was ushered in by Gary Karr. So really sucks he passed away from a brain aneurysm. I think he was 84. So
Dang.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. I met him when I went to ISB in 2017. So rest in peace, Gary Karr. Also in the news this week, this happened a little bit ago, so I haven't seen any updates, but apparently a member of London's Philharmonic Orchestra reported their violin stolen from a tavern. It's been a couple months. Even by the time I saw this right before we went on break, and the violin was stolen in February. And they have CCTV footage of the guy stealing it, but they still haven't caught him.
But where was you at when?
That's what I had to say, because the violin apparently is worth more than 150,000 pounds.
Now, with full transparency, I will say, while I'm not proud of it, my teaching violin, which someone comments on one of our videos, fix the bridge. I'm like, girl, the bridge can't be fixed. The bridge can't be fixed. I'm sure if I do that, whatever, boil it on the stove with the mesh thing, but I've never done that.
Oh yeah, that sounds crazy.
Because I know a lot of school teachers do to fix their own bridges, because you gotta. I mean, when I taught public school, my budget was $200. So, but
just a slap in the face.
It's literally I literally cannot do anything with this. Girl, that's allowance.
There's a few extra strings for y'all.
Yeah, I didn't even know what to do with it. I was really what am I gonna do with this? I think I got music. But I thought about fixing it myself. But anyway, that violin's worth $200. When I run an errand, when I'm coming back from a lesson, I do put it on the floor in the back of my car. My windows are tinted. I'm not proud of it, but that viola.
I'm about to say
that I literally have never. Hand to God, have never left my viola. It's never been. I went to a restaurant with Nikki, and she was like, "So I'm yep, yeah." I've never gone anywhere with my viola. That's why I'm don't. It's coming with me. I literally have never gone anywhere and left my viola. That's why I'm confused. Shantanique, hey Shantanique, had me in a bar, and my viola was right there. We were in concert black. We looked crazy. I thought we looked crazy. Me, Kyle, Shantanique, somebody else in a bar right there, in Midtown, in a bar, and my viola was right there next to me after a concert. So that's why I'm confused. Where were you at the tavern when the violin went missing? Because my viola was right there, and I was like, we gotta go, because y'all not gonna have my case smelling like smoke. Because I forgot that you could smoke indoors in some places. Oh
yeah, especially overseas.
Oh yeah,
they love you.
They smoke. Right, they take the ashes and drizzle it in your mouth.
They love smoking over there.
Love it. We have anti-smoking. They be like, let's smoke. Right. They start smoking campaigns over there.
I was at the Hollywood Bowl and I saw the little smoking area. The little smoking area. I was like, they got the non-smoking area, that little.
Yeah. Come stand right here with 3 other people who ain't smoking.
Right. So I'm maybe you was too lit at the tavern. I don't know what, but I'm just That's crazy because even
maybe back turned. I don't know.
Yeah, but even so, like, I mean, I don't have that type of instrument, but if I did, like, I don't sit, even with my purse, if I have my purse, I have one strap around my arm. So if I know if somebody tried to pick up my thing, it would tug my arm. So if I had a violin or something like that, that's probably would depends on the case, but like I would probably have a strap around my wrist or something like that. But even with my bass not sitting in the car. Nothing. I've been in a restaurant. I go in a restaurant beforehand to see do they have a table that's against a wall, and I put the bass against the wall, and then I sit over there so that there's no foot traffic near it. If I can't do that, then I'll take the bass home first.
No, I'll go home
or
first.
I'm not going.
Yeah. I just feel like I said, I think more of when I think about that teaching violin, I'd be more pissed if somebody broke into my car for her $20 violin, but I just don't be pressed to take the violin into Trader Joe's. I don't be pressed to take it into Ross. Like, I'm not proud of it, but that viola go right in that shopping cart. I just don't understand. And then even when I think that was like because I normally don't go out after concerts. I feel like I normally don't go out after concerts with my instrument. I think we were trying to make a reservation or something. Why it was so like let's go, because I normally go home first and put my stuff at home. But I feel like I'm extra aware because it's a bar. People are drunk, like whatever. Yeah. I'm sitting to your point at the place by like you gonna have to reach over me and steal my viola, like, or even if I didn't get so lucky and I was sitting like on the outside, I would still be like, yo, can you put my viola next to you? So I'm very, very lost and confused. Not to victim blame, but like you are to blame. So
no, because that's how people getting their instruments stolen depending on the situation. Like somebody, I remember they were doing a GoFundMe for somebody who got a bunch of multiple instruments stolen out of their car, and overnight I said, so why was it overnight? And then it was like saxophones and stuff. I'm like, so you couldn't have brought that in the house? The only way I could see something getting out of your car, did you have a grand piano in your car and you were the only person who had a broken arm and leg and couldn't bring it in? Like, what? I don't understand why you couldn't have brought your saxophone and your trumpet in the house.
Yeah, you kind of deserve that. I can't lie. Like, some stuff is be avoidable.
And I'm supposed to donate to your GoFundMe.
It's enabling.
Like, because I'm paying for instruments you didn't care about,
and then you gonna leave the next one. You don't care about these either because you ain't even paying for it.
Like, I remember one time, very nice person, but left their bow on the bus and was like, can I borrow yours? I said, so no, you cannot borrow it. So mine could be on the bus route too. You don't care about your own stuff. No. So for whatever reason, I couldn't find the video. They have a screenshot from the video, but I couldn't find the actual video to see like what was the setup, how this person got it.
Cause maybe your back was turned or something, but I'm just trying to figure out how you're in a situation that your back was turned.
Yeah, and your stuff, what you just had your violin hanging on the back of your chair. I don't give people do that, even with your purse. Like, yeah, it's never gonna be. I'll be uncomfortable. I'll put my purse between my legs, on my lap, on my like whatever, but never behind me. Like,
I don't even know how the beans on toast girlies do it because like, can you even sell that? What's the point? But then I realized you could just go 3 minutes down the street to France and probably sell it. So how does that work over there?
But if they ain't found it, they have video and they ain't found it, Mom. That sucks. I'm gonna search high and low for that video because I searched for it and the only thing I could find was screenshots from the video. I couldn't find the whole video, but I'll link the story in the description so that y'all can, if y'all find the video, y'all can read more. I mean, I told you everything, but yeah. Anyway, more news. We talked about this briefly ourselves. There's been a bill to propose naming the Kennedy Center's Opera House in honor of First Lady Melania Trump. It's coming up. There's some support for it in the House. It passed 3325 in the House Appropriations Committee. Ironic name. Yeah.
Have at it.
So that's fun. I wonder how that would.
I literally have no comment. Like, what are we doing? Do whatever you want. You're gonna do it anyway.
I mean,
like, okay.
Don't need classical advice permission for that. Yeah, I don't know what they got going on. It says This is an excellent way to recognize her support and commitment to promoting the arts. I would encourage members to vote for this Republican in bloc amendment. That's from Representative Mike Simpson, who is chair of the Appropriations Subcommittee on Interior, Environment, and related agencies. Of course, there's pushback from this, and a lot of people saying that it's unprecedented. It's what they're doing with the Kennedy Center, which has been in the news literally since the beginning of the year. Is giving very much dictatorship as everything else he does. Speaking of which, there's also another bill to rename the Kennedy Center after Donald Trump. So that comes so
sure.
The Trump Center don't even sound right. Yeah. So the act is called the Make Entertainment Great Again Act. Mega. This is a very unserious country we living in. All of y'all know. Everybody who listens to Classically Black overseas is like, yeah, girl, we know. Unfortunately, we know more because we're here.
I can't say my true thoughts on this because I'm not trying to be in Guantanamo Bay. So,
there's a quote here from Representative Bob Onder, who presented the bill. He said, quote, "Since he was elected as chairman of the Kennedy Center's Board of Trustees," not really. Y'all kind of just did that. President Trump has been working to preserve the integrity of the fine arts by ending woke programming and rebalancing the Kennedy Center's $234 million budget, which had normalized operating in the red.
How many times has Trump filed bankruptcy?
Like,
what do you mean?
You know, something about operating in the red.
Like, what?
Operating in the crimson. The Kennedy Center has not responded to a request for comment. Is giving the Kennedy Center just not finna exist? I mean, or anything over there not finna exist. I don't know what they finna turn it into. Because a lot of the people I feel like who were patrons, not really down with that. And then also, I mean, I guess to be fair, I don't know what people on that side of the aisle listen to as far as entertainment and stuff, because I'm thinking about all the people that I pulled out of the Kennedy Center. I'm like, so the people that y'all usually book don't want to play there no more, but I'm sure they're gonna find their own replacement. It's gonna be a Kid Rock concert every other night. I don't know, so I don't know who they'll find, but I'm sure it will be completely and totally awful. So yep, that's the news.
That was uplifting and inspiring. I'm so happy that I live in this country. Oh, we're recording. Because I just cannot believe this. It's like this time last year, who would have thought? We really did not have to do this.
We didn't.
And now the girls are belly aching because they found out that cuts to Medicare and Medicaid will actually impact rural hospitals, because if they don't have the funding to, provide emergency care, they cannot remain open. Some act that was passed a long time ago that requires you to get emergency care at an emergency room regardless if you could pay or not. Now, after, you might be millions of dollars in the hole, but if you go to your local hospital in Altoona, Illinois, real place, and your leg has been severed off by a tractor, they can sew it back on, but since they're cutting Medicare, that hospital may very well close down. You have to drive 20, 30 miles down the road. By then you have bled out. And if I say y'all deserve it, but that's not, God's still working on me. It seems he's doing it slowly. Right. But
nobody will be working on you.
Like, I cannot believe this. And I don't want to hear, like, it's just like, okay, girl. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of at the point, like, I had to tell Aurora. I barely know how to say her name. I never call her that. Anyway, I had to tell Aurora that, girl, I don't even know what's going on. She had to tell me something that was huge happened. I was like, wait for it. Because my timeline is Love Island Season 7, Love Island Season 6, Mess, Recipes, and, like, hair. I don't know what's going on in the world. If we like, I found out about and then we were in the impact path for a tsunami that apparently didn't happen because I don't see no water. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not proud of it, but it's kind of is what it is. The new filter update on the email thing that happened like 3 or 4 months ago. I stopped scrolling over to the all mail, so I don't see my New York Times.
I turned mine off.
Oh, you turned it off?
Because I hated that. I was like, why are y'all playing in my stuff?
I liked it because it filtered out stuff until I started missing stuff.
Yeah, I started like, and it was stuff that I'm like, I don't know where y'all are putting this. There was some stuff that like it wasn't in one and it wasn't in the other. I'm like, so I just gotta feel it in my side that I got an email. Like,
yeah, what? I should really turn it off too, but because
now somebody offering you $1 million trillion and you respond.
No, that's probably what it is because I was looking for email. I'm like, I'm just gonna scroll to all mail. So I stopped seeing my New York Times little daily things. I should probably start reading those again. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of just going through the world. Let me know when they round us up.
All right.
But anyway, happier news. We took a break. What were we up to dinner break? I don't know how long we've been gone. They're probably like, girl, y'all been gone for 2 weeks.
I could check, episode actually. Came out. Yeah. When did it come out?
I think we designed it so that...
Oh, you know what? I had an easier way to check. So I have SoundCloud right here. Our last episode.
July 7th.
Oh.
So it's been a little minute.
Yeah. That's a good... July 7th. Oh, yeah. And the next one is not coming. It's not coming out until Monday. Was that August 4th?
No, so it's been 3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Since July 7th... Or really before that. So the entire month of July.
Yeah, basically.
We both had both of our grandmas had birthday parties.
Yeah.
Should have did them together.
Girl, we could barely do it as
Have them both go on road trips to meet in the middle. I'm sure they would love that.
Oh, my grandma would love a road trip. I mean, to be fair, she loves complaining. So like that will be like the perfect parameters for complaining.
Oh my gosh, my grandma would cuss me out. Yep. My grandma's birthday party was she wanted everybody to learn the boots on the ground dance, so I did that.
I love that little dance.
I had no idea about it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. I love
her.
Really?
Yeah.
Your grandma had to tell you about boots on the ground?
Yeah.
I love boots on the ground. I learned it at Nikki's wedding. I knew about it before. Yeah, I knew about it before that, but like I just be scrolling and watch people have a good time with it. And then I did it at my grandma's party, but like it was only me and Monica. All the Jamaicans just sit there and watch this. So yeah.
Yep. And then we went to Vegas to see Beyonce. We had that meal, that restaurant. That restaurant.
Yo, whatever Taiwan got going on, keep it up, okay? Keep it up.
We was at the table. Katie was like, I gotta go to Taiwan. Meanwhile, the restaurant right here. We at it.
Like, there's plenty. I'm sure there's plenty of restaurants like that in LA. I just gotta find them.
Yeah, we just gotta find, because we had some good stuff, but like everything except for them dumplings. Them dumplings was
them
just
dumplings because it was wet on the inside. They didn't have to be like that. I don't know why they were.
But everything else was very, very good.
I had to slow down. I definitely like was eating too fast. I had to pull a spinach out my throat. Yeah, I was like, I'm about to choke in here. I was like, and I
was hungry too.
I was hungry. Yeah,
I don't think I hadn't eaten that day, but we had a little snack in the morning from Aura. But
yeah, I had half that wrap because I knew that wrap would be too wet to eat up. But I was like, I want to try it anyway. And I asked the girl to wrap it in foil, but it didn't really help much. I'm not gonna be wearing it. But man, I don't know what they was doing, but they was doing it. I was like, oh, hey Taiwan, that was the best Dan noodles I've had since. And it's like, I like Din Tai Fung, but I can see why the girls be mad at Din Tai Fung when you try like real.
Yeah, Din Tai Fung.
Like, I'm going with. Oh, she not listen. I'm going with Nikki Abdul in a couple weeks. So,
it's just okay. Like, I feel like every place that we've been to like that, Din Tai Fung is at the bottom.
Yes, except no, because that place we went to in Pasadena tastes the string beans taste exactly like the Din Tai Fung ones.
But I mean, overall,
yeah, 100%.
yes, I feel like Din Tai Fung's at the moment because it just don't got enough going on. Like, it tastes like it was made next to the food. Like,
yeah, it's like very bland. I mean, Nikki wants to try it, so I'm down to go. And I will always go to Din Tai Fung. If I have money to throw around, I'll go to Din Tai Fung. I don't really care about that because the experience is like the whatever. But like, I will go to that place over Din Tai Fung.
Yeah. I didn't get the Dan Dan noodles at that place. I'm gonna get them next time.
Cause the noodle, I feel like the Dan Dan noodles be plain, like they can be plain sometimes.
You know what's so funny? I went to that place that we went to in Pasadena. They have another location, and I went there and I got the Dan Dan noodles. They were tea.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, but also, I don't know.
Cause I don't like, I don't like if they're not peanut buttery enough.
Oh no, I could see that because they wasn't really. They used more like a sesame paste.
Yeah.
I was good with that because I like the peanut noodles. So I'm like, if I wanted it to be real peanut butter, I just have that. But I actually kind of like the way they did it. But I also had pork in mine. So.
Oh yeah, because they're coming with minced pork on top.
They have one the vegetable, one without, or one with pork.
Vegas was tea though. I didn't expect to like it because what you hear about Vegas with like the gambling and stuff. Shout out to Jay. Oh, I gotta text Jason back. Hopefully by the time Jason listens to this, I've texted him back. But I'll never forget that I gambled one time in my life. Jason gave me $1. We were in Detroit at Sphinx. I lost my dollar in 25 seconds, and I said I'm never doing this again. So, and people were like, "You didn't gamble for real?" I'm like, "But I already tried with the dollar, and I lost. I felt I'm still talking about that dollar. It wasn't my dollar." So I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. Vegas tea. I'll definitely go back.
Oh yeah, it was Katie's birthday.
Oh yeah, lounged at the pool, went to dinner. It was great. I mean, I feel like also it felt like a vacation because I felt like I liked vacation. I mean, I definitely went to Colombia a couple months ago, but I had a good time with my cousins, stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes those vacations when you going somewhere new and it's like limited time, 'cause I think we were only there for like 5 days. It's a lot of like go, which is fine. But I feel like Vegas really felt like a vacation. Like I was like, there was not really a lot of rush. I was laying out by the pool. I'm very into this new tanning era that no one understands, which is fine. Because Nikki was like, so, and I'm like, but you get the glow I had when I came back from Colombia, it only comes from being in the sun. I'm trying to recreate that. I didn't get that this time because also like the ozone layer is like Swiss cheese now. So it's like, I can't, that sun in Vegas, I wasn't really going to play with it too much. Like I was kind of nervous about that, but it felt like a vacation. I felt like I was just like, there was really no agenda, like besides making a reservation on time. Like it was kind of like, we not doing too much, which is like what I feel like a vacation is for me. Like we just chilling, we by the pool, in the pool, out the pool, in the pool, out the pool. Like it's good. See.
Yeah, that's also your trip. So it's like, I know when you went to Colombia, like, you know, it's not really
that's
about
the thing.
you.
It's not about
somebody else's birthday trip. So.
Birthday trips are hard because it's like, it really is not, it has something to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see, make it that way. No, I'm just kidding.
I try not to, but I feel like I'm
certain be... stuff like so the location changed again because I'm going now. We're going to Kenya.
What?
Well, to be fair, I mean I meant to tell her you don't have to change on my account. It was really because like I was the only person that was going to have to. It was going to be significantly more expensive for me to go on that trip than to anybody else
because of that flight attendant stuff.
Yeah. Because of the location of where because you know they have the thing where they can go on a different airline.
Yeah.
To go, but that doesn't extend to me. So
right.
like I would have to buy. Yeah.
Oh, United goes to Kenya? I believe that. I believe that.
And so it's for my sister's birthday.
Her airline go to Kenya?
I think she could, but she can go.
Right. I was like, yeah. No tea to that. I was saying, I ain't know.
But it's starting to sell y'all for. I'm not going on that lion safari. I already said that, so
that's fair.
But they do have giraffe stuff, which I will of course go on. But that's not like we not going. Y'all could go. I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah,
if you get back.
I mean, Colombia. Like, there's nothing we did that I didn't want to do, and there wasn't relaxing moments. Like we went to a beach club. It's just like we had to leave at 6 a.m. to get to the beach club. So it's like because it was on an island or whatever. Like there was definitely relaxing stuff. So I don't want to say it wasn't, but it's just like you got to be a good sport when it's someone else's birthday. That's why I feel like I'm gonna be hiking in a couple weeks. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna do it. It's on my birthday.
Mount Everest.
You said what? Like, I mean, I will do a mile or two. Yeah, no, I know he finna be listening to this, but it's not finna be no. And there was something that my cousin was telling me about, like, oh, you can hike to the top, but I said, and I hope he never finds out about that, cause I'm not. And she was like, you can drive to the top too, cause she went and she was like, she found it cause she had asthma, so she was like, you got me huffing and puffing. I got my inhaler up here, and we could have drove. She's like, I got to the top and saw cars and was pissed. But it's like, but yeah, July was. See, I had a good time. It went by real fast. What I do? Beyonce. It's complicated because I don't want to be mad at her. It's not about me. It was your closing night of the show. You've already given me so much. And I'm already alive at the same time that you're alive. But that's 2 strikes.
I just feel like you could have spread that out, girl.
Like, Miss Girl, like, come on. I don't have a voice.
Something told me, I was like, maybe we should go on the last night, but it was too far into the weekend.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I want to just like.
But, and it's so funny. This is why I give her disrespecting Jay-Z. I mean, he disrespected her first. So, but I literally said, you know, when I was like, I don't really care. Like, Jay-Z could stay at home. I said, I would only care if Shabuzi or Destiny's Child came out. But she knew they both came out along with Jay-Z. Now, you couldn't have did one. We couldn't have got Destiny's Child and they got Jay-Z and Shabuzi. Or we got Shabuzi and they got Jay-Z and whatever. As long as we don't get Jay-Z out of the 3. Just because that's not who I want to see.
And Shabuzi was only available on the last. Like, what is Shabuzi on tour? It don't make sense, Beyonce. I'm trying to be respectful.
And then have the audacity to release a Destiny's Child shirt after that. I said, girls, you could go to hell.
I'm like, that Beyonce is my queen, but that's 2 strikes. 2.5. 1, I was screaming your name, girl. I literally woke up on my birthday sounding like Kermit the Frog. Girl, I was screaming your name. I was like, Beyonce, we love you. Blah, 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 blah. That's it. That was the half strike because ain't nobody told me to yell at there. There was 70,000 other people there. Fine. You made me buy them $600 seats that was flush against the screen. I said, you know what? My queen's a mother. Somebody dropped the ball. But then you brought out 3 people. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. You couldn't bring nobody. Okay. I would have even took Post Malone. I don't even really know. I would have even taken that. I would have taken that. I would have taken some. Jay-Z is there. He's watching the kids. Give him what happened to Man Working? Give him a mic. Drunken Love has a special place in my heart. Like, I really, really, really love that song. So I would have been thrilled to see. I'm trying to get over it. I'm working through it. I'm almost there. But I will say that grandma is mad and hurt. It's both. But we live to fight another day. And you don't care. You don't even know what Spotify is. So you don't even know. You don't even. What podcast does Beyonce possibly listen to? Oh, probably The Read, actually. I feel like Beyonce listens to The Read. Maybe. She might listen to The Read. That's how. I mean, because she could have found out about it if people keep tagging you and stuff. She would have found out about that. But
her people.
And her mama was on there, too. So she probably cut that on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm over it. I'm not, but like I'm doing the best I can.
Right, I gotta be. So it's fine.
It's fine.
I saw Beyonce 3 times. I just feel like, so that's why I'm like, you know, I got. At the very least, I got what I needed out of the Cowboy Carter tour, except for the first time. So, because if we had the seats that we had on Friday, the first time I wouldn't have gone again. Yeah.
Like, I enjoy Beyonce, like, of course, like, that's my queen, whatever. But, like,
honestly, I probably wouldn't have either. Because even though I bought my second ticket before we went the first time. I bought it because, oh, you know what? Actually, I might have gone at least twice. But I wouldn't have gone the third time because the whole thing was us going together. But I bought it because they added another date, and I wanted to see, because I never got to the queue the first time because Shane got our tickets. I never got, so I wanted to see if I could get through. And then once I got through, I was like, well, I might as well see what they got. And then I saw they had a great seat. It was like $250. I was like, what? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just get it, you know?
Especially, I will never forget that day. Like, me and my boss were like also looking at tickets, and he was like, I got mine, these great seats, $200. I was like, okay, I'm hopeful, Imagine my surprise when I'm swiping my freaking Visa card for $600. I said, no problem. It's Beyonce. Never again. I'll see y'all. I'll get them when I get them. And I'm going to do, since we love Paris so much, I'm going to do Paris and I'm going to do LA. But she probably going to switch that up too. Who knows?
I'm about to say, yeah, she going to be in Milwaukee. Bringing out Sir.
Right. Only that show.
Right. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna travel. I might. It depends on the cities that she does.
No, I feel that. I definitely want to experience in Paris because also I'm due for a Paris trip. But I'm definitely gonna go to Paris. I'm just curious to see how it's gonna be like in the stands. Like,
yeah, I heard Europe a little dry.
But Paris seemed turned up.
Yeah, but Paris is different. Yeah, Paris is different.
Yeah.
Because the Renaissance tour she did, like, she was like in Sweden and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not talking about that. But definitely, I definitely am going to go to the Paris show and then one here. But, I mean, I will zoom out and say that I am very grateful that I was able to afford to go, especially twice. So there's a silver lining. I'm going to stop being a brat, but it's just like really isolating. To laughing is crazy, no?
As much as I would have liked to see, really it was the Destiny's Child. Also because Sweet Honey Bucking is one of my favorite songs.
Sweet
I would have
Honey
liked to
Bucking
see
is
Shabuzi.
my favorite song.
And then, you know, and it was, but the thing is about flamenco, it just they really right here for me.
Oh, that's me and Yaya.
Really right here for me, and then Yaya right next to it, like
me and Yaya. I really, but I think Sweet Honey Bucking is my favorite one.
Like, it's always been. And then when I did that thing with my sister where we had to pick our favorite, I was like, I cannot put flamenco. I just can't, because, and that's also one of them that, like, I was on Sweet Honey Bucking from very close to the beginning, but flamenco was a first listen for me that I was like, so I was like, yeah, I gotta put it in, especially seeing it live, all that type of stuff. Like, I only took 3 videos, and the 3 times I saw, and one of them was flamenco.
I didn't take any videos this time around because 1, I've been watching the concert ever since the first day, and 2, I really wanted to be in the moment for this one because I feel like last time I was taking a lot of videos.
Oh, you did?
Like or like a good amount, I would say.
Yeah, like I took 1 the first time, which was flamenco, and then 2 this time that we went, and it was actually only because of it was some lighting stuff that she did that I was like, that's cool, I want to watch it again. But yeah, other than that, I didn't take any the second time. Yeah, because I don't get when people don't be paying. I'll be like, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm not really like the whole like, because people be recording the whole thing.
I was watching a Renaissance tour. Somebody recorded the whole thing. I was watching on YouTube.
I mean,
because I was
on YouTube.
Yeah,
and they pull it down.
I was like, they got, and somebody they posted all 3 because they posted Cowboy Carter too. They went to the last shows, so they have the full last shows, and the camera work is steady and everything.
I can't lie. I tried to watch Beyonce bring out Destiny's Child, and I watched a little bit, and I just felt like left out, so I just clicked out of the video. But I mean, I'm happy for everybody involved. All I'm saying is I'm just kidding. Like I was saying earlier, it's incredibly isolating to know that Beyonce doesn't like you, and I'm really, accepting any prayers at this time. So while I work through this, because
top of the prayer list,
that's literally
as far as need. Nobody needs it more.
Thank you for understanding, because that is literally the only reason I could come up with for you not to put that kind of love and affection into the Friday night show. You telling me Kelly B? I see Kelly at every show singing her heart out. It could have been 2/3 of Destiny's Child, and Michelle could have told them people down at Broadway, "Girl, I gotta be in Vegas for Beyonce." When she told me Michelle ain't had no PTO, it's Michelle. She's not gonna be there. She's not gonna be there. What's tea? And then Shabuzi, that's I really don't understand, because I know everybody busy, But you're not on tour. Post Malone on tour. And that's how you know I'm desperate, because I'm like, I would have Kai like Levi jeans. So I would have taken it.
I'm surprised he didn't come out at all.
At all. But I think he's on tour. I think. Now, my TikTok doesn't reach that demographic, so I can't confirm that. But I heard.
I know. I feel like I did see something about him being on tour.
Yeah, Shabuzi like chilling with his feet up in his millions in North Carolina. Like, girl.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because I was like, I'm surprised he hasn't come out. And of course, on the last show, he's out. Because I'm like, where Shabuzi been at this whole time?
It's like, I don't want to see no freaking video.
You know what would have been T? Dolly Parton. Her husband passed away recently. Oh, really? Although she did a concert pretty soon after that, though. So she has performed since he passed away. I think he passed away maybe in June.
Oh, that's really recent.
But a couple weeks later, she did a performance. But still,
Dolly Parton would have been T.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see Miley. I like that song.
Oh yeah, she didn't really do. I mean, Miley came out, I think, in Paris.
Yeah.
That's one that a lot of people like the song, and I'm indifferent to.
I like that song a lot. It's not one of my. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's probably in my top 5.
I also think it depends on where on the album, because everything from Flamenco on is like so up there for me that if it comes right before that, I'm still like, I'm thinking like, let's get through this, so we can get to my favorite part of the album. So that's also why. But yeah,
I mean, I will survive. Pray for me as I pray for you.
Act 3, better act right, sister.
Beyonce, don't, and rest that knee. And don't retire. Retire for what?
Yeah, we don't say the R word when it comes to Beyonce. And I also don't think that she would tell us if she were, which I prefer.
Yeah, just stop making music.
Just let me live in the whole. Yeah, maybe next year.
Because I saw that video. She was taking a picture with LaToya Luckett's kids and was like, "Oh, you know, my knee hurt." And I said, "Why the knee hurting?
Yeah,
why the knee hurting?
Era is crazy.
Why the knee hurting?"
But you know what? Even if she does, then Blue Ivy will come out. There was the Blue Ivy concerts.
I mean, because I have a feeling that girl got some pipes on her. She's working out the other stuff. That would be so tea. I was like, somebody get her some. I don't know. I don't like that whole knee hurting thing. Dang.
Take that knee, give it to Nicki Minaj. Because she need to sit down.
She going out sad.
She going out like, let me give him out the source and see how she going out. Because tragic.
Girl, ain't nobody tell you to have a baby with a rapist.
Like
this is like consequences of your own actions.
She just, I don't know, she just acts so, like, she acts crazy. Like,
and then when I found out, because I was listening to the read, and I finally got the backstory of it all, because I didn't like care of the SZA thing.
I don't even know the backstory. I just thought, was she?
Yeah, apparently SZA just tweeted like,
that
stars moving.
Oh, that's as far back. Oh, see, I was assuming it went back, but she's crazy. So
apparently that's what they like. Whatever, star, moon, and sun. And then Crystal was like, "Do you know, SZA? That's exactly what she would just tweet some stuff like that. Like, that's just what she would tweet."
I'm just like, she don't know who she is, and at this point, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, she just kind of too far gone. I feel like
she should be embarrassed. She really should.
You got way too much money to be acting like this. You know how much y'all would never hear from me again if I hadn't.
So I'm saying y'all get the wrong people money, because the way you would literally never.
You would never have this problem with me. Like,
maybe she ain't got no money. Maybe she broke. I highly doubt that, but the actions match the rumors. So.
Yeah, she is from that era of the music industry before people was really getting hip to on their own stuff. Like Meg said, bitches old as fuck, stuck in a deal. I know she started when she heard that.
And got put that coke down, sister. But Meg's up. She got a new man.
Oh yeah. Who
can like go within 20 feet of a school. So, and who works.
That's another. You have a registered sex offender laying up in your mansion like he's the belle of the ball.
If I were Meg, I would simply never respond to her again. Your man has a job and can pass a background check.
It can buy you anything. Something.
It can go into Toys R Us. Like, sister.
If y'all had a kid, you could pick him up in school. Yikes.
Like that little boy got to go down the block.
And then everybody knows too. Like if I had a kid and we got invited to your birthday party, okay, when I be doing your stuff,
my kid is not going to know.
Like
no, because I feel like there's a couple stuff wrong. I feel like now I'm being complacent in that. I don't know who your friends are.
Hell yeah.
See,
I don't keep good company. Yikes. Sucks for her.
Hope it sucks even more.
Right.
I can't even listen to a Nicki song. Like I'm just so over her. Mm-hmm. I've been over her since the Get Up on Your Good Foot.
That was crazy.
And
also, she sounded so. I'm just like, she got yes men around her, because when I was listening to that and I heard the end, I said, this, like, you look terrible, and anybody who's telling you that you don't is a barb, like, or is afraid to tell you the truth, because I'm like, you don't understand how crazy you look right now.
Was there something before the Get Up on Your Good Foot? Cause I feel like I've been off Nicki Minaj for a couple of years.
She been on some crazy stuff. I can't remember everything that but she always, I don't remember. She's just really gone off the rails in the last couple of years. Yeah. That I can't recall from before that. I remember her beefing with Lotto. When Lotto called her a bitch. I was like,
I love Lotto.
And she, that was a whole thing. And I'm like, you beefing with it. Lotto was like 21.
And also, I like, shout out to Lotto, because I remember her being like, I looked up to you, like, you're a role model, and like, you're beefing with me. Like, you should be embarrassed by that.
And now it's coming back to me, because she's had a pattern of, like, she be friends with them and then she beefing with them. I think Ice Spice, off her stuff, she didn't have no public, like, big blowout with Ice Spice, but I
heard from Ice Spice in years.
I do remember that they leaked some text messages. That girl who was apparently her best friend, Ice Spice's best friend, leaked those text messages of her talking about Nicki, but she was saying that their relationship was strained because Nicki was trying to get all the rights to her stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you mad because your era, like, it sucks. A lot of artists got screwed over, but a lot of the newer artists, they more hip to the game. You're not gonna get her rights just because you don't got her yours. Like, and she was like, yeah, she went on the rights to my stuff, so no, like. But she got that pattern. Oh yeah, and then all the stuff with Cardi too. It's just like, she
Cardi
be friends and then she not, and then she
You know, I love Cardi. That's why I feel like the turning point for me was when Cardi threw that shoe at her. And I said, I already know whose side I'm on, because Nicki always does all this yapping. That's one thing I don't like about her. She does all this talking. And Cardi was like, when I see you, it's on sight. And then
because she said something about her kids.
Exactly. And Cardi could not get close. Security. Cardi could not get close. Should let her get close. So she threw that shoe, and I said, Bel Khalees.
It's like, you gotta whatever. Maybe Nicki before the fame would have whatever, but it's like Nicki been up in that ivory tower for a long time, and Cardi was fresh out the hood when that happened. Yeah. So it's like, no, when she said it was on site, she meant that.
On site. And I gained so much respect for Cardi. I'm not saying I'm condone violence. I'm not saying, but
your kid is unacceptable.
Yeah, like, you're talking about her kid. Like, what are you
from the internet now? All your and the barbs are bad shit crazy.
Like, so what are you doing talking about her child like that? It has nothing. What we've lost the plot. So you're talking about her kid. Cardi was like on. And did it, and then Nicki cowers, and that's when I lost respect. I think that's where it was. It wasn't Get Up on Good, because Get Up on Your Good Foot was like last year. Mm-hmm. I've been cool off Nicki Minaj for years, and it's not like her stuff is not good. No one said that. Let's not lie, but like, I'm just not interested. Her stuff comes on. I've taken a lot of her songs out of my. Every once in a while, something still comes up, because I do like that song she did with Beyonce. That whole Beyonce Nicki Minaj era, I do enjoy. So there might be a couple of stuff where she's still on my everyday playlist, but like, I've taken a lot of stuff out. I've lost respect for her on that. And especially Cardi was like, let's handle this. Let's fight. You cower behind your security. No. That's when my ties turn. I love Bel Khalees. I heard an album coming out in September. I hope it's right.
I hope it's good. Especially, it's just so hard to follow that up. It's been a long time.
Like, Invasion of Privacy was like 20, right? But she dropped a single. No, it was a freestyle. Like,
the Outside one. You like it?
Oh no, not that one. I still haven't listened to that one actually. It was maybe it was that one. It came out last year.
Oh, last year? No. Oh, you talking about Cause she's had a couple. She's had like what? Yeah.
Like what?
I love. Yeah, like what is in
I
my
love Like
is in
What.
my rotation, and the other one Enough. I like that one too.
Like she's been around, but just not. She's been pregnant.
Yeah.
So I think I'm really, and I hope she goes on tour.
You would go see her?
Oh, 1,000%. I want to see Lotto.
Oh yeah.
Like Velcalise is like is probably my favorite rapper. I think. Period.
I really hope it's good. The Outside song, I gotta listen to it start to finish. The clips I heard, I don't love, but I could see because the songs have grown on me before.
I mean, I haven't. Maybe if it's maybe I heard it on TikTok and didn't realize. But no, I said I was gonna. I said I was gonna listen to that, and I forgot.
Yeah, everything she's done since has been. I mean, her song Gorilla. You couldn't get me to turn that off when it came out. Like WAP is since her first album. I mean, I know it's on the second one.
It's gonna be on this next one.
Yeah, people were saying stuff about that because it was like, well, the sales. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's her album. Like, and she rich with or without WAP.
And also,
and who cares?
I had to be reductive, but like, where's your album at? I always like, I always end up there because it's just like, oh, drop an album then. It's just so easy to do. And I love bongos. Oh, I forgot about bongos. I was cracking because Amari was like, you a sinner because it came out in like this. You said what?
Aren't we all?
Like bongos came out in December and it was my number one song of the year. That year. It was like that song just came out.
Dang.
I didn't even realize
you don't listen to a whole lot of music.
I don't.
So I feel like the threshold might be a little.
I just realized I only listen to music when I'm in the car.
Yeah,
I might if I'm in the mood, I'll like turn something on, but that's very rare. Yeah, but I didn't even realize I was playing it that much. God, I love that song, and it came on a couple days ago, and I was like, wait, I forgot about this. And he was like, that song just came out, and I was like, listen, Buckley's, I rock Buckley's heavy.
I remember that song I didn't like at when I first heard it, but then it grew on me. Although it still is not like in my rotation like some of her other songs, but I do remember about it was that Meg said that she was like, oh yeah, I would love to do a joint EP with Cardi. I was like, the way I would fall out if y'all did a joint EP, like.
And Cardi's such a girl's girl. Like I feel like even if she's not a girl's girl, like this is the way I watch her interact with other people. Like this is no beef. Like girl, I'm doing my thing. I got my kids. You're doing your thing. Like she does well with Megan. I could see her doing well with Lotto. Like she did well with Glow. Like she's just
any combination of those three for me. Meg, Cardi, and Glow.
I really like Lotto. I feel like I want to see Megan Lotto. I don't think we've seen that. Maybe we have, and I haven't realized.
They do. They have a song together on her second, but I don't know that album very much because I'm a recent Meg fan, like last year. But I think on her second album, Traumazine, they have a song together. I just don't know.
I need to go find it. I really like Lotto. I didn't realize. I was definitely in there like in Lotto's concert because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see Lotto, and I was like, oh, I do not know a lot of Lotto music, and I was sitting next to a die-hard Lotto fan, and I'm just like. Big Mama. I love when they call me Big Mama. Like, I don't know. I'm just here for the vibe. And she put on a good show. But yeah, anyway. Shout out to Beyonce. I can't be mad at you, Queen. I love you. Please love me back. She'll be like, okay.
Right.
What's the address on that one? No. Either way, I can't be mad for real because Beyonce puts an amazing show. So it's like, I love seeing all the men there with their girls, and the men just standing there like they'd be sitting there like yeah, yeah.
I mean, they know they're there for them.
You know what?
I said they there for themselves. They already know.
Right.
I like Beyonce too.
There's something not to like. I feel like if you would just if you respect like artistry and like excellence, like here it is. You saw Honey Balenciaga fall over on the.
Oh yeah, I did. She recovered quick though.
I feel like we were kind of up high, but no, we were. Could you tell in the moment?
No, but I might not have been looking the whole time.
Yeah, because she comes about herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, that looked like it could have hurt."
Yeah, everything. A lot of stuff she be doing. I'd be like, your ankles okay? They made a bone or what? My ankles be feeling like they made a rubber. Be bending in the heels.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they resting well.
Like, yeah, gotta get ready for Act 3.
Yeah. So and don't bring no more stitches to them concert. You saw Rumi our night. Rumi wasn't even paying attention to anything except what people was somebody must have had a stitch down there at our night.
A stitch.
Cause she loves Stitch. She one time it was so loud I was in the mic. I thought it was the cutest thing because someone had like a life size Stitch, and she was like, "Oh my God, Stitch!"
Oh, I didn't see that.
Niece was not paying attention at all during our night, but bring her back. She's like one of the highlights for me. I'm surprised she did all the shows. She could tell she really loves it because like you can't really make kids do stuff.
Yeah,
like as much as people like, oh, Beyonce's exploiting her kids. You can if you've never met a child. You literally can't. If Rumi did not want to be up there, she would either been made to go up there and show her ass. Yeah. Or she would not have been up there. You cannot make. And she's always like really into it, and she's like doing her little dance. Like Rumi wants to be up there. Like you cannot make children do anything. You cannot make a child do anything.
Shout out to Beyonce. And anything else to add from the break?
No. Back to it.
Yep. Back to the grind. And to our book club. Yay.
Or should I say do 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 do
Unserious. Very serious things going on in the book. So
and it's like we'll get to it because I'm like, oh, ain't no music in here.
Maybe, yeah, I mean, I know it wasn't about music.
I thought it was. No. Yeah. I went in blind. I read the synopsis, but I like.
Yeah, no, it's like I remember when we was looking it up, it was something about like it's inspired by, which is yeah. So there was some references.
Oh, so it's like the entire fun.
Yeah, Din Tai Fung of jazz.
Because I remember seeing some jazz in the synopsis when we picked it, but now I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do nothing else. I'm just gonna go into it. And yeah, I mean, I'm cool. I love Toni Morrison. It's a little heavy sometimes, but that's my girl.
Well, so we read the first 3 parts of the book. It's hard.
The book.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't have the book when I divvied it up. Yeah. It was hard. It's difficult because I also try to front load it because we take a break so that we can be ahead. Because I don't like having to like imagine if that was like we had a chunk like that and we only had 1 week to do it rather than the week, even though I did it in 2 days but because I had to because I procrastinated even though I gave myself that lead time but I feel like this was not the book for me to make myself read because I've been in a reading slump for months now. I've read 1 book this year, so I was like, this is the type of book you read when you've been reading.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I've been
real ready.
It's real ready, and I feel like okay, yeah. Let's get into that because like I never planned to front load because we read like 87 pages for today. I never planned to read ahead. That was never gonna be. Yeah. I was all because I knew I have some writing stuff in the background. I was on vacation. Like I already knew that like I'm gonna spend last night and today doing it. I already planned to do that. But what I forgot about Toni Morrison, you can't skim. You gotta read because it's like the way. I mean, Pulitzer Prize. Like yeah, we get it. Like earn, girl, mama. Yes, because it's like the wording, the coloring, it's like every word means something every single time. And it's like, it's just so dense. Like when I opened that book and I forgot, because it brought me right back to the Blue Side. It's like, it's so much words on a page. I'm like, what font you using? Yeah, I mean, this is what I feel the opposite though. I feel it's going to get me out of my slump. Because I read a little bit in Columbia, and I read No, I brought the book to the pool for decoration last week.
I was about to say, did you read?
I was actually. He read. I was surprised like by that because we flipped. I feel he reads more than me, but I bought the little 30 pages. I bought 4 books of Vegas. I brought one to the pool, and it sat there while I was on my phone. So, but yeah, I feel like it's gonna help me because once I read this, it's gonna make Harry Potter feel like a breeze.
Oh, I guess that's another way to look at it. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to. I'm not confident in how much I will have comprehended this by the end of it.
And there's so many like little things. I feel like I find myself a lot of times being like, wait.
Yeah.
I had to reread a couple of pages or reread a couple of paragraphs just to make sure I understood. And I still don't feel like it's the type of book where it's like, it'd be good if we just had 4th period English so we could just.
That's exactly what I said. I think I was talking about it in a TikTok where I was like, yeah, I feel like I need to take like a class or something because there's also like it's just been a minute since I've read like because I've read really good books. I don't want to make it seem like I've got to read a children's book or whatever, but it's just like there's something about dense literature too because like I've also read other type of dense stuff that like there's like a contract. Sometimes contracts are fun to read because you gotta like whatever, but it's like it's what it is, and like and it's also because it's not for anything. Like this is like I have to read this, but that was another thing. Like I should have used that lead time because I would have felt probably better. I would have had time to reread. I had to reread a couple of sentences. I really should have read a little slower. Also, I'm not a fast reader too, so I was like, oh, gosh, she talking.
Yeah, I feel like when's the last time I read literature? Because like it's no surprise I like fantasy and romance and memoirs. So like this is like I haven't read no like booky book.
Yeah, real booky.
Like what's the last booky book I read? They're gonna be like, so these two Dumb and Dumber gonna take us through. It's gonna be a long 4 weeks. We're gonna lowest streams in history classically black. Frickin' frack gonna bring us through. But I feel like what's the last time I read a booky book? High school.
Because it's the type of writing like we gonna see because like it's Toni Morrison, so I don't want to be like she doing it wrong like whatever, but it's like it's a different type of writing because it's like like
I'm about to hit up what was that lady's name, Miss Oberman. Shout out to Miss Oberman, my senior AP language. I cannot believe I took AP language. You have to be smart to do that. I'm gonna see because this is like the type of book where it's like this is like there's curriculum and you like and I just don't casually read freaking Fahrenheit 9/11. Like you said what?
451.
See,
and you know what's so funny? This reminded me a bit like the type of writing because I remember specifically a page in Fahrenheit 451 that made me like all right. Because it was like half the page was like random words, like, but they're not random, but like they're random. Like it's not like yeah, you know what I mean? And yeah,
I mean I'm excited. I feel like I haven't used this part of my brain. I'm feeling pretty good. At the beginning of the month, I used the Pythagorean theorem.
Oh yeah. Oh, what did you find the hypotenuse of?
You had to find the hypotenuse for merch, and I was like, okay, now we doing this. So maybe open up that part of my brain.
Meanwhile, my stuff, I just start getting a headache.
You said what?
My stuff, I just start getting. It's a feeling like that's like, I don't know. That's about. So we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, maybe I might also look up some like discussion questions and stuff like that to try to get something going because I feel like I've been wanting to do that for a while now. Other books, also like it's just a different type of book than what I've read in the past. I normally read I normally read literary fiction, and I don't mind stuff that like I don't need it to all be like action packed and this is what's happening and only in nothing like I don't know somebody would know how to explain what I'm talking about more, but like when you're reading a book like this when you're reading it, it's not all like what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what to call that other stuff. I don't know what the name of that is, but like it's not all like events and things. You know, like there's a lot of other stuff in it, and I feel like I've had some of that in the books that I've read recently.
I said, it's surprising to he read that dude who just won that.
Yeah, and it's like, but yeah, that book was so good. Yeah, but it's like it's not as much like that as this is. Like there's a lot of like figurative language in this, and I'm like I definitely need a little more time to see. What it did remind me of a little bit, one of the characters, Violet. I was like, I hope this doesn't come across as reductive, but something about her character, I'm like, that reminds me of, or she reminds me of the type of characters that you see in quote unquote sad girl literature, which
I read.
Yeah, just because like I feel like at the root of that subgenre is like messed up women, crazy, make bad decisions, or some variation of that. Some of them are sad, some of them are crazy, or doing, and she's definitely crazy. So
what to say, like there was a mention of, well, I mean, I don't even know, not really much has happened. There's been a lot of backstory so far, but basically this girl named Violet, she's married to, what's her man's name? Joe. I forgot where Toni Morrison be getting these names from. But anyway, she's married to, Violet and Joe are completely normal, but like she's married to Joe, and we meet Joe because he was sleeping with this, or we don't know yet, friends with this 18-year-old girl named Dorcas.
Yeah, I think it was Dorcas.
Dorcas. She's married to, he was
sleeping with her.
Sleeping with this 18-year-old named Dorcas, who he shoots and kills, and Violet goes to the funeral and cuts her in the face. But Violet has a lot going on, and he called it the change. Joe called it the change. So we're gonna see Violet's character, like all her flaws and stuff like that, didn't surprise me because I feel like Toni Morrison writes characters like these. I remember reading Song of Solomon and The Bluest Eye. Like she writes really complicated women. Song of Solomon is her, right? She writes really complex and complicated women. So I'm trying to figure out like what change. I want to know like what change happened that you got you lying in the middle of the street.
The change that you went menopause.
That's what it meant?
That's what the change refers to, menopause.
Capital CH? That capital C? That's what it was this whole time, menopause?
That's what I've always heard it referenced or referred to as the change.
I thought,
and because she was an older woman, that's what.
Oh,
I just know that's another word for it. So to me, I just was like menopause, because especially and that your hormones change, all that type of stuff. Like it's a change.
Oh, I thought it was like a psychotic break or something like that. Because the way it was capitalized and stuff like that, I didn't know it was just menopause. Not just menopause, but like. Yeah, but she lying in the middle of the street. She's stealing babies. Did that actually happen? She stole the baby?
Yeah,
that was confusing. Yeah,
you saying like did it actually happen? Like
because
was her intention to steal the baby, or did the whole thing actually happen?
Because like I feel like I've seen a character do something like this, where like they might be mourning the loss of something or mourning the loss of something that they never had, and so like this girl left the baby carriage outside. Did she take the baby on purpose, or did she mistake the baby for her bag of tools? But I was like, that can't be, because she had the bag of tools underneath her hair tools, underneath her legs. She was sitting on the stoop waiting for this lady to come so she could do her hair, and she had her hot combs and whatever in a bag underneath her legs. Then this girl went into a record shop, or forgot a record and went home to get the record, and left the baby,
That was eating her up.
Which low key left the baby, and then Violet takes the baby, and then somebody points like, hey, that lady took the baby, and she was like, why would I take the baby? Whatever, but still had the baby in her arms.
Yeah, well, I thought, because the girl asked her to watch the baby while she went to get the record, And I think she intended to steal the baby. Even though she denied it because right before they find her, whatever, she was saying that she was imagining taking the baby home, and she was imagining the thing. They said that she was imagining what she could use in her house as a crib,
right,
and all that stuff. So I'm like, so you fantasizing about taking this baby home, or maybe you were just fantasizing about it and you wasn't really finna do it, because she also pointed out like, well, why would I?
Yeah, why?
But also, that's exactly what somebody who steal a baby would say. So.
But then, like, I read it like 2 times. I'm like, I have to move on now. I wasn't clear. But then what would have happened to the baby? So clearly she didn't take the baby. But I don't understand how they thought she would have taken the baby. When they pointed to her, was like, do you have the baby? Because she had something in her arms.
Mm-hmm. But she was like on the corner.
Right. She was walking away. She had something in her arms. It was the bag of tools.
No, the bag of tools was on the porch.
Right.
She left it there.
So she had the baby?
Yeah, she had the baby. So
what happened to the baby?
They caught her, so she got to give it back.
Oh, they caught her with the baby.
Yeah, like she was on the corner with the baby, and so in the commotion of all of the people, they was chastising the sister or whatever, and then they said that they barely heard, but some guy was like, "Wait a minute, is that her?"
Right.
And then she was at the corner holding the baby.
But then why was she like, why would I take the baby?
Because they were like, oh my gosh, she stole the baby. And then she was like, no, I was just taking it for a walk.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
And they were saying that the people were split on whether or not they believed her. Because some people were like, oh yeah, she was just taking the baby for a stroll. But then other people were like, well, why wouldn't you just pace with the baby in front of the thing if he wasn't really trying to take it? Yeah.
Okay. I missed that. It says got the baby back.
She kind of... Yeah, but she had a lot going. She was laying down on the street. You taking somebody's baby. You cutting a girl in the face.
Cutting a dead girl in the face.
And then also in like blaming the girl. Well, like
Violet. And I feel like Toni Morrison. When was this written?
1992, I think.
Oh, sorry, Sky. Did I read Beloved? No, I only read Song of Solomon, Blue Side. I got distracted because all her novels were listed out. But that started to bother me. Yeah, not 22. That started to bother me a lot. You blaming a girl, you're not blaming your man. Okay. And I was like, this is the times that it's the times. I had to be like, it's the times. It's the times. It's the times. Because I'm like, girl, your man.
Yeah, you're not blaming yourself either. Like,
that's another thing too, because the whole time you at home, you're not talking to your man at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is that? What is that about?
I think she just like, yeah, it seems like she's just going. And then another thing about it, when they said the change or whatever, somebody that knew her before was like, she been crazy long before that.
So it has to be menopause if she. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm gonna see just so like if that's been talked about, because I was like, I made a mental note of that, because I was like, was she like, did something happen that she started like, you're not talking to your husband, you only talk to these birds, the birds that you let loose, like you. And she's just so odd. Like she went to her. I'm like, this is so creepy. Like, okay, so you go to this girl's funeral, and the whole funeral changes from it being Dorcas' funeral to about you, because you went in there with a knife and slashed the girl in the face. Cool. Everybody lets you get away with that for some reason. Then they start calling you violent. You go into Dorcas' aunt's house, and you go there every day for 3 months, sliding notes underneath the door. Whoa. Then
you get a pistol.
Like, then this lady, I don't know, what's her name? Alice
or something.
Alice finally lets you in. For what reason? I don't know.
Nah, I could never tell you.
Could never, like. But Alice also got a similar thing, because her man, I feel like she
situation. Yeah.
See, and I feel like, because I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Because even earlier in the beginning around the beginning of the book, when Violet mentioned she got the picture of Dorcas from the aunt, I'm like, how did you get into the aunt's house? Mm-hmm. But I just feel like the aunt, even though I feel like it's complicated, because the aunt must have saw herself in Violet with the whole situation whole situation, because of the your husband leaving you for another woman.
Yeah.
But that it's just so complicated because it's also like she killed your niece. And the only reason why, I mean, whatever, she didn't kill your niece, which I think also makes it complicated. She defiled your niece's body, which is like not killing her, but also strange,
disrespectful,
and
also her husband killed her and had faced no consequences for it, other than his own guilt.
Yeah,
and also I also think, I mean, maybe there's something there because she still has her husband, and Alice don't.
Yeah.
But her lack of empathy for Dorcas is like crazy. When she was like, "Oh, Joe never heard anything, never heard a fly," and she was like, never heard anything
except for your niece.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the aunt was like, except for her, and she was like, "Yeah, and rabbits and squirrels and da-da." And I said, "Whoa!"
And then you in that
all this for a nigga you don't even talk to,
right? But I feel like, and then that whole taking the picture of Dorcas and putting it on the mantle is so strange.
What you
like it's so, and it's like you want to be empathetic to people who have all this, and it's also like it's 1906, no, 1926. So it's like they left the South in 1906. Mm-hmm. So it's 20 years later, and it's like you don't have the language or the means. They barely making it. Well, no, actually, it seems like Joe's pretty well off. Mm-hmm. He's selling his little shampoos and whatever, but it's like the times. Just you are not gonna get any mental. They might give you lobotomy. Like they're not. You just they're
you black.
All that psychology stuff was just ramping up, so, like in France. So it's like we're just kind of a long way away from you getting any of the help that you really need because this is odd, and y'all both going and staring at Dorcas pictures for different reasons. Like this is weird. This is weird.
Y'all ain't got no kids in the house.
And you talking to the birds.
And you down there with her aunt. Her aunt talking to you. She fixing your dress. Why you doing that?
It's we gonna see, man. And then Joe, I mean, but also and it's like you could tell, I kind of took some mental notes myself because you could really tell like Toni, okay, she's that girl, because it's like you find yourself having a little bit of empathy for Joe. Besides the fact that outside of the fact that you killed somebody, put that to the side. It's like,
put that to the side, okay.
It's like before that when we got the backstory, it's like you try. I'm not saying cheating is right. Whoa, I'm just saying like you trying to work on your marriage. This lady's not talking to you for whatever reason. We still haven't figured out yet why this lady's not talking to you. She only talks to her birds. And you trying to figure out a solution. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna rent me a little room so I can at least, if I get a friend, I get a friend. And it's like you find yourself feeling. I mean, I can't speak for you, but I find myself feeling a little sorry for him at times. And so I'm like, well, except for the murder part and the adultery part. But you find yourself feeling like a little bit sorry for him because it's like he provides for his wife and he has friends. He's a stand-up guy, and like I think up until the point where he killed Dorcas, like his friends probably would have said like, yeah, he would never hurt a fly or whatever. And it's like you're trying to work around, you know, the fact that your wife is not talking to you. She's only talking to these birds. And also you could tell he's kind of fed up because he was that complaining stuff with her. But when he was like, yeah, she cooks too much hearty food. It's like, okay, so now you just don't like her no more. Because it was like, right. Like she over here, you over here like cooking lamb chops, mac and cheese, and greens. Like, it's too much.
First of all, nigga, put some foil over the plate and save it for later.
Like, why don't he make you eat
it? Yeah, I would say up until the point that he killed her. Yeah, I could see that because it's just like, dang, you don't really, and especially because she like is just being so inexplicably crazy. Like you don't even know like how to approach this. I was like, what I'm trying to figure out is, we haven't gotten to like, why did you shoot her? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out, because it's like when they was explaining the type of guy he was, it was like he's the type that the women like you would call him if you came home and your door was open.
He lining the toys up for the kids.
Yeah, like all of this stuff. So how did we go from that to now he got a gun on a teenager, and that's another reason why I was like, not too much. I know it's a different time, but I was like, you a little old to be messing with an 18-year-old.
Yeah,
but.
And also, like the only thing I could think with that, besides it being 1926, is like he's trying to he doesn't want to sleep with nobody on the street because he was talking to Malvon. That's her name? Malvon weird too.
Yeah.
These women just, you open people mail, like, what you got going on? Like,
yeah.
Well, to be fair, she wasn't opening at first, right?
Yeah, some of it, and she did end up opening some that was unopened, but also was like, why they mail was in there because her nephew was taking the mail.
Weird, and his name was Sweetness.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And everybody, like, it's like referred to as the city. At first I thought it was San Francisco because there was like mention of the Tenderloin, but then it just gives like maybe New York City or like
that's what I assume,
or like a Baltimore or something north.
And then when they started saying the avenues and stuff, I was like, this gives New York.
Yeah. And then the snow was mentioned. I was like, okay, well, it's not San Francisco. Or maybe the snow was mentioned, but I didn't think anything of it until I saw the Tenderloin. I'm like, oh, they're in San Francisco. And then I was like, oh wait, it was like that neighborhood we stay in for our situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. But
we were talking about everybody weird.
Like everyone's just so the city, everyone's so miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to read more about Black people, because are we on the heels of the Harlem Renaissance or we're in the middle of it? I thought it really gave Black people a young lit and turn. That's what it gave. Like we got jazz music in the streets. We got, like, I mean, obviously they're probably poor, but not Joe. Why is everybody in that city miserable?
I also feel like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the ins and outs of the Harlem Renaissance, but when I think about it, I assume that it was more like concentrated on the artists. Like the Renaissance is the output and the artistic ecosystem, and they're just Black people. Like they just living. You know, like they're not, I don't know how involved the average Black person in the city was with that. You know, like it might be, especially considering like they don't seem poor as in like they can't afford to live, but like if you're not in the art scene and going to shows and interacting, then they might not be well off enough to do stuff like that. So I don't know how involved the average person was. I always imagined the Renaissance as what it was for the collaboration of artists and the art that came out of that period.
But you're miserable? You know, like there was like when she was building, as much as I could follow, was building like the world. It was like these people, like they trudge through life and like they're unhappy. I'm like, you living around all these Black people, like I don't know.
For Black people then, that don't really mean nothing.
Yeah, I wonder,
because you always living around Black, you got to.
Yeah.
Segregation. So I mean, not in New York, but for them coming from the South, like that, being around Black, they was around Black people in misery before they was up north with Black people. So I feel like it's one of those things. We have like these broad strokes things that we see like in history, and then there's what they call history from the ground, which is like, you know, all the regular people in the everyday of it. And I was thinking about that in relation to the Great Migration and stuff, when I was thinking about some of the, like, we have diaspora wars, but we also have the people within the United States, but like, y'all not from this part of it, you know, whatever. But I'm like, you can really, particularly when it comes to things like Juneteenth, where people are like, well, if you're not from Texas or you're not from the South, you shouldn't be celebrating Juneteenth. But I'm like, all of us literally came from that. That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, you also have to think about like large scale things like the Great Migration or like whatever boil down to a bunch of small decisions from like, you know, individuals, you know, like, and sometimes teenagers deciding they're gonna move west to like whatever. So it's like when you think about something like the Harlem Renaissance, I wonder like how much, like, that's what we take from the 20s, and especially in New York City, but I don't know like how it's sort of like the biggest things to happen, but then there's also just the everyday life. Like we living through a lot of history right now, and it's like every 50 years from now, if the Earth is still spinning, they'll hear all the stuff that we've been talking about in the news, but they don't know the everydayness of we went to see Beyonce and we did it, you know. Like, I feel like that's what this is depicting.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'm curious to find out. I want to know. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this change thing. Like, I want, like, was it like, did she lose a baby? Did what? Because she also, I'm pinged that her stealing the baby. That's like you kind of seen that kind of behavior before. So I just wanted a little bit more explanation. I'm sure we'll get it.
And they don't. And that also, I mean, to me, I don't know. Have you never heard that before?
I've heard of the change before. It just stuck out to me because it was capitalized. Like, it was like some type of event. Like, not in the way that, like, I don't know. I've never seen it written out. So maybe like the change of when it's spoken about with menopause is like also capitalized. But I just was like, oh, like she was one way before, especially like we saw her when they first migrated. She was happy. They would dance on the train. They was doing all this type of stuff. Like, and then she's so starkly not that anymore. That's why I think that combined with it really made me be like, was there an event that happened that made her start to be like this?
Because I think her stealing the baby and them not having kids, I feel like that even, to me, one, I didn't question it at all because when I hear the change, I think menopause. Mm-hmm. And also she's an older woman. Mm-hmm. Like, it just fit. But her stealing the baby kind of fits with that because it's like, now that part of your life is over, your childbearing years. Yeah. But also, because of who said it was Joe that said the change. And also it's like, if a man says that, especially around that time, like, everything, even like after that time, something going on with the woman, she need it's her period, it's her this, it's her that. Mm-hmm. Like, that just gave very much like, that's the explanation, because he was talking to a woman and he was like, oh, it's the change, and the woman was like, nah, it wasn't that. And that's why I was like, okay. I took it as him saying like, that's the only thing he could really think to grasp onto why she acting so crazy, because it's something that women go through that you don't know about. And the woman in the conversation was like, yeah, no.
So then even more now, I want to know what
it is,
what happened. Actually. Yeah. Because she wasn't, because I know they were saying like, oh, she was crazy before that. Was a line of like, oh, she was crazy before that, but she went crazy when they were younger. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious. I mean, but also if life was hard for you, that's enough to do it. Some people just tick, you know.
Yeah, she ticked and talked.
The whole you the talk of the town. Everybody, you know how much you gotta be on if New York City's talking about you
in 1926. It's not like they posted, not like they tweeted about you.
Like, everybody know, like, oh, across the street, here come violent. Land on the street. Okay, bro. I'm curious what's gonna happen. It's a little dense, but I'm enjoying it. I feel like because I read so much, what I be reading, like, it's just like, it's just highbrow. I feel like it's a nice little palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm. I have been wanting to read more like Black classics as well, because I really haven't read. Maybe the only one that I've ever read is Frederick Douglass' Slave Narrative.
I read that.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta read that. And if I've read anything else, I'm forgetting. Oh no, I've read Black Boy.
I haven't read any James Baldwin outside of his poetry. He writes poetry, right?
He does, but Black Boy is Richard Wright.
Oops.
I haven't read any James Baldwin either, because I heard it's very sad, and I can't.
Yeah, I was going to read some James Baldwin. Clearly, I haven't started. And I was like, I heard that, and I'm like, I wasn't in the place to do that.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be in no tragic stuff. Like, I'm just really careful about stuff like that, because it's sticking with my mood for a while. It's like, it's in my free time. I'm not trying to really deal with that. You know?
I feel that.
Like, no, you got me crying. Like, that whole, we be like, this book will wreck you. I'm like, not reading it. Yeah. Why do I want that? Like, I guess some people it could be cathartic. Like, but and books too long for that. If I could listen to a sad song or something, get that out. But now I'm sad for the month. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, what Black classics have I read? It's my third Toni Morrison.
Oh yeah.
I read that lady.
Oh, Color Purple.
Oh no, I never actually.
I read A Raising the Sun.
I read Raising the Sun. I read The Piano Lesson.
I saw The Piano Lesson.
And that was my girl.
I want to look
Her name is lowercase.
Oh, Bell Hooks.
Yeah, but you ain't finna talk to me like that in my home. So
you finished All About Love?
I did finish it, but I was like, it didn't like. I mean, maybe because I feel like it was one of them books that was not overhyped. Obviously, it was well written. She made really, really solid points, but it didn't like change my life the way y'all said. Like I, as a person who speaks in a lot of hyperbole, I can empathize. But like when y'all say something for to change your life, I really thought it was for to change my life. Like
people be messed up.
Oh,
you know, if you didn't have no mess, some people got a real messed up relationship with love and their parents, all that type of stuff. So maybe it did, but I do think like it came into another like. I get what you saying because it was like everywhere a couple years ago.
Everybody got to this changed my life, and it's just like I don't know.
Now I'm like trying to figure out what I mean. Oh, well, you know what? I did read Between the World and Me. It's a little early to call it a classic, but Toni Morrison did so.
Oh, period.
And I said I was going to reread Between the World and Me this year. It was lost in my books that got lost when I was whatever. But I did want to look. Oh, James is on there. I need to look at what some other ones. I did say I wanted to read Invisible Man as well, so we'll see. Which
I read Kennedy Ryan. That's Black classics. Shout out to my girl. Wow. If you are reading with us, let us know because I'm actually curious about that.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
And also, you don't gotta read with us in real time. You know, just listen when you done with the stuff. The schedule's on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Read at your own pace.
Period. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. It's time for Black Excellence. So we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props because there's room for everyone at the top. Who we talking about, Dalanie?
This week, I'm talking about Reginald Smith Jr. He is a Grammy and Emmy award-winning baritone. He has been lauded as a passionate performer with a voice that is electric and hall-feeling by music critics. So shout out to him for being critically acclaimed. He is performing with the Seattle Opera this season, as well as the Minnesota Opera, the Houston Grand Opera. He out here. He's also performing with the Phoenix Symphony, the Dallas Symphony Orchestra for holiday performances. So if you're in there, you can catch him. He's also made debuts with the Washington National Opera, Baltimore Symphony, and Sacramento Philharmonic. He won a Grammy Award in 2021 for Best Opera Recording for his house debut in 2019. With the I think the Dallas Opera, and he also has performed with the Hong Kong Opera, so he is worldwide. Yeah, shout out to Reginald Smith Jr.
Period. My pitch of the week is The Masquerade is Over by Benny Golson. It's not by him, but his rendition of that jazz. So,
beep boop, skibidi bop.
I love, oh my God. Benny Golson is just so tea. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. Join the Ebony Tower. That's patreon.com/Classically Black Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.